Hello Internet, I'm Jason, and I'm the owner here at the Geek Room Hobbies and Games. Welcome to a special report for Geek Room Update. If you follow our Facebook page, you might know that we delayed this week's Geek Room Update from Tuesday until later on in the week because we had a big special announcement for you. And as it turns out, it's so big that we didn't even want to do a whole episode. That's why we have this shorter Geek Room Update special report for you about our big announcement. It has to do with our painting competitions. Now, if you are unaware, the first Saturday of every month we have a painting competition here at the Geek Room. In fact, this weekend you can come down and check out the entries for June's contest, which was Monster or Vehicle. We've got some great entries and you can come down and vote for your favorites. Next month we will have a contest for a 3 to 5 man squad, and the judging for that will be on Saturday, July 6th. But today's announcement actually has to do with the contest the month after that, the one that we will be having at the beginning of August. See, we've upped the stakes a little bit for that next contest, and more importantly, we've got a really awesome prize that you're going to want to stick around to hear about. Now, ordinarily, we try to keep each month's contest games agnostic so that you can enter miniatures that you like painting instead of having to focus on one company or one game. But for August, we are going to be focusing specifically on Games Workshop, and the theme will be dioramas. Now, if you're unfamiliar, a diorama is basically a small little scene that tells a story that's made up of a mixture of miniatures, terrain, and scenery. And basically, as long as it will fit within a 2x2 cube, any scene that you want to depict is a-okay. There are a few notable exceptions here, which we'll get to in a moment. The first thing we want to make you aware of is the deadline. There's been some confusion in the past because it's the first Saturday of every month, but we refer to it as that month's competition. August's competition will be held the first weekend in August. So all of the dioramas for August's contest must be in store by close of business, 9 p.m. on Thursday, August 1st. Voting will take place for the finalists in store all day on the 2nd and all day on the 3rd, with the in-store winners being announced at 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 3rd. That's also what time you can come pick up your models if you have entered. Now, the models for your diorama for this month have to be Games Workshop models, all of them. Now, it doesn't matter what line of Games Workshop you want to use. Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, even older, outdated lines like Battlefleet Gothic are legal as well, as is any Forge World model that you might want to have. You can do kit bash models or conversions, but the bits that you use must also be from GW, so no third-party bits. For example, using the line of heads and torsos from Victoria Miniatures to convert standard Acadian IG troops to female guardsmen would not be something that would be allowed. As far as terrain and scenery, that doesn't have to be GW, but if it's not, it should be scratch-built or generic enough to fit into the GW world you're depicting. So MDF terrain is okay to use instead of GW buildings, but terrain that would be made for, say, Star Wars Legion isn't. Also, you don't actually have to use GW paints if you don't want to. And one more big change, and that is how the final winner will be decided. The 3 competition finalists will be decided in-store and on our Facebook group, just like any other monthly contest. There will still be small in-store prizes for the top 3, as well as the Best New Painter and Best Young Painter, if applicable. But the actual final judging of the top 3 finalists will be conducted by the Games Workshop retail support staff in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, the reason we're going so deep on Games Workshop for this contest and why we are letting them pick the final winners has to do with our big prize announcement. The grand prize winner for August's diorama competition will win Citadel's new contrast paints. All of them. That's right, we're going to give away one whole set of the entire contrast range. That's both brush-on primers, 1 can for each of the 2 new spray-on primers, the contrast medium, and 1 pot of each of the new contrast colors. Those will all go to the grand prize winner. So that's quite a haul for whoever it is that does win the final prize, so get those creative juices working and start working on your dioramas ASAP. And remember, the deadline for entry will be at the close of business on Thursday, August 1st. And for everyone who is just dying to get their hands on these brand new paints, remember that pre-orders will start in store on Saturday, June 8th, and they will be available in store at 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, June 15th. So basically late night, Friday night, when we are open until 1. Well, that's it for this Geek Room Update special report. Again, our August paint competition will be GW dioramas. There will be more information in our painting group on our Facebook page. There is a link in the description below. And again, the big grand prize, for those of you who just fast forwarded to the end, will be one entire set of Citadel's new contrast paints for the winner. We will be back again in 2 weeks with a regularly scheduled Geek Room update on June 11th. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Get working on those dioramas, and happy gaming, everyone.